Hey, StarWC here, and today I'm doing a video on Transformers Timelines Hearts of Steel Deluxe Class Megatron and Bumblebee. This is the second of these packs. If you want a rundown on what Timelines and Hearts of Steel are, you can check out my video on the previous pack, Optimus Prime and Starscream. So here they are in their train and cannon modes. Bumblebee is a cute little train, very round, which isn't super accurate. It should be a little longer. What is accurate though is the large quantity of grey, which is abnormal for a Bumblebee, but I think it works quite well with this sort of dull yellow colour. There's a few gold accents, mostly on top, with this Autobot symbol in the middle, plus another one at the front. Turning it to the rear, you'll see these bronze cylinders. I feel that they're a bit distracting, drawing the eye away from a lot of the other details, like the word B on the side here, which I didn't even notice until I started scripting this video. It's on both sides. It's a shame it's hidden behind this pipe, but that is accurate. He's got some weapon storage. His gun pegs into this 5mm port, with the barrel going into this crevice, and his hammer simply slides into this gap. For Megatron, they decided to go with his cannon design rather than his pistol design, obviously. And it is very cool. He's black rather than his typical light grey, which I think works pretty well for this design. But he does still have some lighter grey segments, mostly these pieces on top, and these tiny little, I guess, guns in the front. The cannon itself has some nice gold accents to help it stand out. It can barely turn from side to side, but I don't think it's necessarily supposed to. This seems like it'd be more of a stationary thing where you move the entire cannon. It's quite obvious that the back is just some folded up legs, but I think it does the job. The back has these wheels underneath, so it can roll nicely. Though it seems to depend on the surface. It rolls perfectly fine here, but it cannot roll on my desk. I'm also worried that rolling it could chip the silver paint on these wheels. For comparison, here is 86 Optimus Prime, 86 Bumblebee, Siege Megatron, another train former, Siege Astro Train, another cannon former, Kingdom Galvatron, a Lego minifigure, my previous Transformers video, Timelines Hearts of Steel Optimus and Starscream, and 86 Optimus Prime. For transformation, start by moving the back wheels forward. This is a very tight swivel. Take this entire front section and detach it and move it down. Move these pieces down as well. Take this flap, fold it down, and then push this entire piece round to reveal the head. These grey sections will move up. That will give you enough clearance to split this entire piece open. Then you can move this whole piece down. You'll move these sections up and swivel these pieces out to the side. Swivel around the arms, flip out the hands, split the legs, and fold out the feet. Fold this section out. Spin it around, split it in half, and fold out the feet. Come to this section and fold these pieces out. Then pull them up and fold these sections down. You then want to spin them around. Fold in these pieces, fold out these pieces, fold this section up, and then clip the hands in. This piece will just fold down, fold open the back, flip out the head and fold it back up. And here are Bumblebee and Megatron in their robot modes. Megatron's transformation is simple and satisfying, but Bumblebee's is a little frustrating. It has a very specific order of operations, which makes it difficult to remember. And the end result looks kind of dopey. It's mostly accurate, but the torso is a little too large. Again, looking a bit too round as well. I think the shoulder pads could have done with being on a slider so that they could move down, so that they cover up the shoulder. Other than that, he's got all the right details. The gold, blue, and Autobot symbol on the chest, silver abs and details on his legs. His head is basically just normal Bumblebee with a few extra lines, but it works. His gun is very small. Looks more like some kind of tool rather than a weapon. Though I suppose I haven't read Hearts of Steel, so maybe that's exactly what it is and I'm just unaware. His hammer is also a bit on the smaller side, but I think it fits it. The head has some silver paint and an Autobot symbol. Megatron looks like he might be a little skinnier than he should be, but I gotta say, I think he looks sick. The black really works on him. I really hope we see more black Megatrons in the future. I want a Megatron X from the new 86 figure. I say black, but it's more of a very dark grey. It's even got a slight tint of brown to it. Of course, the lighter grey does also carry over from the alt mode to break it up a bit. And he's got silver and red on his abdomen, as well as this huge Decepticon symbol on his chest. The armoured wheels end up on his shoulders as shields. Gives him a unique look, though they can sometimes get in the way of making a pose look cool. He's got more of these spikes on his chest, very menacing. Like Bumblebee, his head is pretty much an average Megatron head, just with a few extra lines. His fusion cannon ends up on top of his arm, rather than on the side. But that is accurate to the Hearts of Steel design, so... And it's on a hinge, so you can move it out to the side if you want to. Helps with articulation. Or you can take it off and put it in his hand, since it's on a 5mm port. For articulation, Bumblebee has a ball joint at the head. Arms cannot go all the way around because of the shoulder pads. You can move them up to allow for a little extra movement, but not much. And this far out. Elbow bend, bicep swivel, downwards at the wrist, waist swivel, backwards ab crunch, but it does break up the sculpt. Legs can go forward this far, back this far, and this far out. Thigh swivel, very tight knee bend. Due to transformation, the foot has got two hinges that allow for some upwards and downwards, and an ankle pivot. Megatron has a ball joint at the head. Arms can go all the way around, and this far out. Wheels are on a separate hinge. A double elbow bend, bicep swivel. Wrists can go outward if you want to count that. Waist swivel. Legs can go forward this far, back this far, and this far out. Thigh swivel. Knee bend. Some down at the foot. And a very slight ankle pivot. Be careful with this. I've popped it off twice now and it has taken me ages to get it back on. Posing is pretty average. Megatron's wheels tend to get in the way, whilst Bumblebee's goofy nature makes it hard to get him to look cool. For comparison, here is 86 Optimus Prime, 86 Bumblebee, Siege Megatron, another train former, Siege Astro Train, another cannon former, Kingdom Galvatron, a Lego minifigure, my previous Transformers video, Timelines Hearts of Steel Optimus Prime and Starscream, and 86 Optimus Prime. Like I said in my previous video, I'm not too annoyed about these guys being so small, since they are technically different characters, brainwashed into thinking they're the main boss and cons. Though I suppose it's hard to say whether Bumblebee is too small or not, considering he's larger than 86, but also he is a larger vehicle. Also bear in mind that the new 86 Megatron is a slightly bit taller than 86 Optimus. This guy's gonna get demoted soon. Megatron never actually showed up in the comic. He only had concept art, so there's no previous character that he could have been. But Bumblebee, on the other hand, was the only survivor of the Hearts of Steel cast, and he would go on to partake in IDW's main Transformers stories, regaining his memories and going back to his old identity as the character Centurion. I believe the Centurion actually had a different head at one point, so maybe we could get a retool of this guy with that alternate head in a single pack as Centurion. Ultimately, these are some great little figures. Megatron is definitely better than Bumblebee. In fact, I'd probably say Megatron is the best of the four, and Bumblebee is the worst. But all four of them are worthwhile figures, even if a tad overpriced. I really hope they do well, so we can get more Hearts of Steel stuff in the future, like Shockwave or the Insecticons. But for now, these guys will sit snug on the end of my shelf. But let's see what other people think. They're both good. B is similar to Third Party, but it fits more chug scale, while Megatron is good, but I don't like the wheels looking like that from the inside. I think they look pretty cool. Not a big fan of Bumblebee, but he looks good, and that's a good alt mode for Megs. They seem like a pretty good 2-pack. Megatron's face looks a little off in my opinion, but they're otherwise pretty great. They look better than Optimus and Starscream. Gotta love a stationary-ish canon Megatron, and Bumblebee looks spot on. Strangely, I liked Bumblebee for his transformation and design. Megatron, I like him for his design. In my opinion, his transformation is only complex in the hand, which, like, to be fair, that makes sense. Bumblebee is just fun. Choo-choo! A train has hit the second station. For Bumblebee, the transformation is surprisingly more complex than the base design implies. My copy is a bit tight on the wheel assembly, and I'll be looking forward to all the IDW Centurion head kits he's getting. Lastly, his torso feels a little long with that abdomen, and that pea shooter feels tacked on. Megatron. Simply put, I love him. His transformation is simple, and his tank/cannon mode looks at those smaller turrets. That thing is a tank, shaped like an old school cannon. It's very funny. The one complaint I have is that the big wheels should have been silver with black paint. As it is now, those silver spikes will be paint chipping like no tomorrow. Overall, I like this second 2-pack. Now Hasbro, give us more steampunk Transformers. Megatron should low-key be an artillery cannon, similar to his Hearts of Steel design / Galvatron. Make sure to tell me what you think down in the comments. But that's about it for this video, so I guess that's Salut BC out. next time as a tiny lad.